So many of you were born in this marvelous country, and I'm afraid you don't realize how lucky you are. I became an American by choice. I was born in Hungary, and as you know, it has been taken over by the communists. Many people today just accept the blessings we have, and they never think that freedom must be earned every day.
Welcome back. I'm wearing a different hat, same shirt, so if you watch any of my other videos, you're gonna put two and two together that I tried to fool you. With a different hat, like it was a different day, but no. I am still in Palm Springs, happy to be here. This video is all about the Gabor sisters, born in Budapest, Hungary, socialites, actresses, philanthropists, lots of things. They are interesting, but today we are gonna focus on Magda Gabor. But before we do that, we're gonna stop by Jaja's house. Now the house we're gonna go to was the Gabor sisters, and over time they all stayed there. But right here, look at the size of this mailbox. It's like Jaja knew about Amazon before Amazon knew about Amazon. The Swan Lake mailbox. I never noticed that. A nice little fountain in this door, Jaja's house down the street from the Gabor sisters. This is known as the Archers, and that is a thin door. Try to get a refrigerator or a sofa through that. Good luck. Lots of folks are out today looking at the celebrity homes. Like I was saying in my last video, all these homes are easily obtainable. There are even people that print out maps to the Stars home, or you could just pay to take a map around the neighborhood to the Stars home. But this one is on the corner, and we can make our way. We're up in the Chino Canyon area. If you go right over here would be the Elvis house, that's known as Graceland West. We're not doing that today. I've done that plenty of times in my other videos. If you ever want to see that, the Gabors. This denotes the arches were built, I think I called it Archers earlier, but it was built in 1969 by McNaughton and Associates. A famous set designer and art director for television and motion pictures created a whimsical home with over 100 archers in the Hollywood Regency style. I had no idea. I think I said archers again. Archers, arches. These are not people shooting bows and arrows. I'll show you this house too, just because we're here. But over 100 arches. Look at that, I said it right. Inside this home, there's 100 arches. And if you want to pull your horse up, look at that. They got an eagle guarding, same statues up there, and you can see arches in the window. Arches. Arches.
Oh, darling, the way I used to treat policemen. That was, of course, before we had our little talk. Oh, kind, courteous, like Boy Scouts. Only this big muscle. Darling, you must savor the sweet things in life. Like making new friends. And the wonderful taste of things with NutraSweet.
Taste the difference NutraSweet makes.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
We also have a great garden area where you can come out to with plenty of citrus. I can smell it from here. Up this street too is right around this corner on the left, just if you ever want to see it, a Getty house. Yes, the famous Getty family lived right around the corner, and you can't miss it. Up to the left. This home directly across the street from Jaja, the Hollywood house, 1966, Little Tuscany Estates. Another James McNaughton home. Designer, director, once again, for TV and film. This is a Hollywood home, I guess he saw it as. It spreads right across from Jaja, so you could keep an eye on everyone. Oh, and then this post, I'll show you something kind of neat around this post, as you can see. Look at that, hidden in plain sight, Little Tuscany Estates. Now, you can just tell the age on that pulling up. These trees were never probably grown. These trees weren't as grown as they are now. Let me think about how I talk. And you could see Little Tuscany Estates when you were pulling in back in the day with the Hollywood house directly across the street. And you know what? There's an annual meeting. Why not check it out? The annual meeting, March 28th, 9:30 to 11:30. Oh, that's in the morning. At the Uptown Gastropub off 111. Complimentary breakfast. Stop by for the breakfast. And there's a QR code if you want to join, but you better RSVP. Would you look at that view of the Coachella Valley in Palm Springs? Now, do yourself a favor and drive up Cielo Drive to this house. I believe it's 1090 West Cielo Drive. This is the home that Magda lived in for so many years, was a huge part of the desert community. And as you can see, well, as I could see upon pulling up, this was her driveway. Actually, yeah, they're missing a zero. It's 1090. Got a little foo dog there. Wait till you see it's recently sold. I think close to 3 million. And this is where the sisters would come. Jaja, Eva, Magda. You can see it's getting taken down to the bones, just like Dean's house. The landscape is remaining somewhat the same. Oh, wow. What a view. And we'll get into Magda in a minute. Wow, look at this. Magda did pass away in Palm Springs. She's the only one of the Gabor sisters that is buried out here in Cathedral City, over by where Sinatra is, and we'll go check that out as well. The pool still has the water in it. They're just gonna make this place amazing. Wow, that view I can't say enough of. Can you imagine having breakfast right here and just every morning? That's what you're looking at. Beautiful. I can't wait to see this house when it's done. They've done quite a lot of work since I was here the last time. So here we are, the Pink Palace. Now this house just sold for, I believe it was close to 2.3 million. It's 3-bed, 4-bath. They had to do a complete tear down of this house. As you can see, it's elaborate. I mean, they have very nice furnishings. It was built in 1964, owned by Magda. Later, after her passing, Jaja used the house quite a bit, and it was known as the party pad, and you can see why. It's built for entertaining, and it's actually just a great house. It has views of the Coachella Valley, 360-degree views where you can see around everything, and it sits atop one of the highest points where you can build. So that's great. The only other house I can think is probably as close or as high as this house would be the Albert Frey house, Albert Frey 2. But just a wonderful, wonderful house. So this is a bit of the past. They're going to redo it. Like I said, they kept the fireplace and the pool and most of the bones. It was pink, bubblegum pink, with black and white awnings. So the chairs kind of showed it for a glimpse right there. And I'm sorry, I forget the guy that did this clip of it. I'll look for it and put it in the credits as well to give him credit on such a great drone shots of the house. So now to present day. And there was a gentleman here working, and he said it would be all right if I did walk up here. So I did get permission from one of the guys that was picking up some tools. He said, just don't touch anything. Original doors. Oh, look at that. With the, it's like Huell Hauser's where they have it in the middle. Each bedroom, even the neighbor over there. Such a view. This is going to be a great home when it's done, and you have just that as your neighbor. So, wow. For posterity. Another view of the desert leading up into the mountains, and it looks like you get any storms. Hopefully they have good drainage coming down, but this is the back side of the house. Toilet. If you need it, but I think you'd be better off using that toilet. That thing's got to be so hot inside there. Oh my gosh. A lot of the original lights, bricks will remain. The wood probably was rotted. These lights, and it looks like they're keeping that as well. So as much as they can, they're keeping. Today is tempting, but I'm not going to take a swim. The pool looks like they're keeping it pretty clean. That was the view from earlier. And here are the steps that just go right out to the driveway. That's where I met the guy that said it'd be fine if I just went up here and showed it for posterity. Now, Magda was the only redhead out of the three sisters, so that's what she was known for. I mean, I know a lot of the pictures were in black and white, just like with Lucy. But she was vivacious, and she did speak half a dozen languages I was reading, so that's kind of cool. She married, I believe, 6 times, if I'm not mistaken. Ojaja, Eva, and Magda were all part of the Most Wives Club, and not all by their own fault did they lose their husbands. You know, some were accidents, some suddenly passed, but they, between them, had 22 husbands, counting George Sanders, who was married twice to them.
Skin younger upper, eyes prettier, hair unstringer. Of course, all this stuff belongs to my sister.
Now, the matriarch, Jolie Gabor, was the one that told the three sisters that they would all be rich actresses and loved by many if they came over to the United States, and they would be as wealthy as kings, was the words that she used. So the sisters took the initiative and came over, and they did pretty well for themselves. But I think now we're going to go see, like I was saying, Magda is the only one that is still in the desert with us today. And I think we're going to go see her in Cathedral City right now and check out her grave and talk a little bit more about Magda. So let's do this. We've made our way over to Cathedral City to Desert Memorial Park. Now, this is a famous cemetery in Cathedral City, most notably known for Frank Sinatra. Well, Frank Sinatra, Barbara Sinatra, Chester Babcock, Jimmy Van Heusen, the Mac McDonald brother from McDonald's, so many more, Frankie Randall, Sonny Bono, and the list goes on and on. Let's not forget Suzanne Summers. But we're going to go inside and we're going to see where a few people are laid to rest. And we're going to finish this up here. So there's a lot of cars coming in, wondering what the heck I'm doing at Desert Memorial Park. So I think an easy spot to find anybody from, or to start at, well, Frank Sinatra. Looks like Frank's been having a couple bottles of JD. Sleep warm, Papa. A couple empties left there, but if you see the office over here, you know what? I'm going to go over to the office. I'm going to show you something else to see. Beautiful fountain. You got Barbara, the good friend Jilly Rizzo, and many, many more. So real quick, where you see these folks are standing by Sinatra and the American flags, if you walk directly down, I just did a video on William Powell, and he's right in front of that tree with Mousy and the fountain, you will find Magda Gabor. She's laid to rest here, and it says, "Our beloved, June 6, 1997. Gotta wonder why no birthday. But then I look next to it, our beloved mother and grandmother, Jolie Gabor, Siget Gethy. April 1st, 1997, that's my birthday. Well, not 1997, 20 years prior, but wow. April 1st, 1997. Had no idea, but this is where they are laid to rest. Oh, and look at this. Another Szigeti, Edmund Szigeti, beloved husband of Jolie Gabor, 1912 to 1989. Now, he does have his dates on there. That is interesting. Just met some nice people and gave them my little map so they can find where everyone is laid to rest. One of the interesting things, oh yeah, that too. If you ever see me out, please say hello, especially in the cemetery, doing a cemetery walk. I would like to point out things. I was able to help them, or maybe you could point something out to me. Magda Gabor, though, was very interesting. I mean, we were over at her house earlier, and she had an incident during her lifetime where she tripped over her poodle and hit her head on the corner of a table, where she suffered a stroke, so she was unable to talk. And ever since then, she had quite a few issues throughout life. Now, she took care of her mom and was able to help with that and basic needs that her mother needed. But when she ultimately died, she did die from another stroke. So it was a sad thing and a sad, unfortunate accident for Magda, but the Gabor sisters were really something else. I think everyone, if you're around my age, remember the slap to the police officer in Beverly Hills from Zsa Zsa. Or you remember Green Acres on Nick at Night, which was always playing, which I always thought was super cool too. I sure do miss those days. But with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up. I was just telling these people where someone else is buried. I'm directly across from Sinatra. Might as well stop and pay my respects, because like Adam the Woo, he was a big fan of Three's Company. Maybe you know who Hamill Summers. Suzanne Summers died one day before her birth date. We are one, and someone has left a cat rock for her. Rest in peace, Suzanne. She was 10 years older than Alan. He's still going strong from what this says. It's getting warm. I think I'm at 98 degrees now. But I wanted to say one more thing. For me, like Adam would always talk, and he would always stop by up in, where is it? Is it Glendale? Right by the studios. Because he was always just a big, big fan of Jack Ritter. You know, it was John Ritter. But Jack, sorry, I'm confusing those from Three's Company. For me, Three's Company was always fun. I'd come home from school in Oceanside. My mom would have the chips or soda. We'd watch Taxi. I was going to call it Cab. We'd watch Taxi. We'd watch Three's Company. I always thought he was hilarious. I thought Jack was the greatest. Mr. Furley, Don Knotts. Or, not yeah, so good. Those were really the good old days. I hate to say it, but things are so fast and they come at you so quickly. And if you made it to the end of this video, I do appreciate it. But with that being said, thank you for watching this video. Thank you if you made it to the end. I appreciate it. I will. See you next time. It's getting hot. Hey there, what about me, pal? Ain't you gonna do a video on me? Oh, Frank, I've done plenty of videos on you. Yeah, how you gonna walk past me like you don't know me? Frank, come on, next time, Frank. Rest in peace. Love you.